now may I invite Professor Bhimaraya Metri, Director IIM Nagpur, to throw some light on what he thinks about employment, employability, and anything else that comes to mind.
Very good morning, respected Professor Anil Sahasrabudheji, a transformation leader, a guide and mentor, Professor B.S. Sahai, Director, IIM Jammu, Professor Rizvi, my colleague, and all the academic leaders from different part of the country, Mr. Shiv Shankar Sharma, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm very happy to be part of this Industry Academia Conclave. And the topic is this topic is a current topic. It will remain current all the time. Not only earlier it was there, but today, but tomorrow also it is going to be the current topic. Employment and employability in India. The rising curve. So you all know that I'll divide three pieces, my talk. One is the background, second current, and future. So let us begin with the history, because history reveals very, very important aspects. If you see India 1947 onwards, if you talk about, India took almost 60 years to become 1 trillion economy. 1947 to 2007, it touched the 1 trillion economy. But from 2007 onwards, it took only 7 years to become 2 trillion economy. And from 2014, 7 to 14, 2 trillion, but 14 to 20, it touched the 3 trillion economy. Means it took only 6 years to become 3 trillion economy. Now, February 2024, India already touched 4.2 trillion economy. And if you look at the IMF, International Monetary Fund estimate, they estimated 27-28, India is going to be the third largest economy, beating Japan and Germany. Means next to US and China, India is going to be third largest according to IMF. But if you look at the estimate of Government of India, Ministry of Commerce 2018, their prediction 5 trillion economy, when it was announced, a lot of discussions, many people say how can we achieve 5 trillion? Many people thought it is impossible. But if you look at the current progress and current rate of growth, we are going to make estimate of IMF's wrong. 1 year advance, India is going to achieve 5 trillion economy, beating Japan and Germany, and it is going to be the third largest economy. And if you see the last 30 years GDP, average GDP, India is the only country in this world, they are maintaining 7% GDP all the time if you take average of last 3 decades. So this speaks a lot about India is on the trajectory, country is on the movement. Because employment and employability depends on country's growth engine and economy. And another topic, I think interesting topic, Irfanji has given, that is a demographic dividend that is going to be discussed in detail. But if you see the history again, Japan and India almost got the freedom at the same time, 46, 47. But 1965, Japan was the youngest nation in the world. After 15 years, Japan became super economy. 1980 to 1995, Japan ruled the world as a super economy. And it was basically a leader in the economy for 15 years continuously. Then 1990, Singapore was emerged as a young nation, and it was declared at the time as a innovative nation, 95 to 2000. And in the year 2000, China became a youngest nation in the world. And 2000 onwards, Chinese product, we initially commented use and throw, bad quality, all those comments. And today, since 2000 till today, China emerged as a a manufacturing hub of the globe. Shanghai has become manufacturing hub of the globe. And China till 1977, till 1977, India's economy, GDP was much higher than China. But 78 onwards, China took over. And today, China has become leader. And 2000 onwards, if you see the Chinese growth and the FDI, foreign direct investment to China, that emerged Shanghai as the emerging hub of the globe. And without China, it is difficult to survive that kind of scenario created by China. And after COVID only, China minus and China plus, all those discussions are going on. Now, if you see India, now after China, if you look at from one child policy, now they are changed to two child policy. And similarly, India emerged as the youngest working populated nation in the world. 2005-06 it started. And if you look at some of the estimates, it is this journey of demographic dividend will continue from 2005-06 to 2055-56. As I told, 2026-27, India is going to emerge as a young nation, is going to emerge as a third largest economy. But then there onwards, 2030, it is predicted that India is going to touch about 8 to 9 trillion. And then there onwards, every year or two, India is going to add 1 trillion. And this journey will continue till 2035-36. And if you look at the Viksit Bharat, the dream of our Prime Minister, 2047, India at 100. So by that time, India probably would have touched 35 to 40 trillion economy. So that is what the prediction, and probably we may go ahead of the prediction and we may achieve the target much before that. And if you see this kind of growth trajectory and youngest population, and history, Japan, Singapore, China already we have seen. So it is a proven, tested history. Youngest nation is going to lead the world, and it is going to decide the market. And other side, if you look at the Europe, America, Japan, Canada, all those countries, they are the aging nations. Aging nation means retired people are more in number and working people are less in number. And working in Western countries, social security means those who are working, they have to feed those who are retired. So that equation imbalance has already taken place. So in this context, India has taken a center place in the globe. So keeping this in mind, if you look at the employment and employability, there are ample opportunities of employment. And already Government of India created a new ministry, that is a skill development and entrepreneurship ministry is there. And if you look at the last budget by our Honorable Finance Minister, it speaks a lot about how much investment we are doing on skilling, reskilling and upskilling. And already people started talking, India has a skill capital of India. Similarly, if you look at the startup, we are number 3. Startup space, India is number 3. And very recently, if you see, Government of India has announced semiconductor 2 in Gujarat, 1 in Assam. Manufacturing, India is marching towards manufacturing hub. And today, a largest number of iPhones are produced in India. Earlier it was China, now it has come to India. So India is slowly marching towards manufacturing hub of the globe. So after seeing all this, if you look at the skill has a self-life. What we study either in 4-year engineering or 2-year management or undergraduate 4-year, 3-year, those skills what we study as a part of theory, skill and even some kind of experience and learning as a part of national education policy, those are going to have a self-life. So therefore, unless until we remain relevant to the present world, the employment problem will always be there. So we have to be always thinking ahead of time. Somebody has very rightly said, yesterday of tomorrow is today. Unless until you act today, tomorrow will not be in the right marketplace. So therefore, how to remain relevant to the present world? For that purpose, very important one is we should be the first one to capture the technology. We should never be the last one. Second one, how quickly we can learn the new skill after disruption, after changing in the context of workplace because of the autonomy, or because of the robots and all kinds of changes are happening, disruptions are happening. How quickly we can move to the newer skills that is need of an hour for today and tomorrow. These are some of the areas I think education institutions we have to incorporate in our curriculum, how quickly we have to move, because skill, whatever you teach, that is going to be having a self life. And earlier, probably, we used to go to the college for, knowledge and skill, but today and tomorrow onwards, those two are not enough. Competence alone is not enough. We have to build the capability amongst the students. Capability means we have to prepare the change masters who can lead the unknown roles in unborn companies. You don't know after graduation what kind of product will come. 3 years down the line, a new product may come which you never heard. 3 years down the line, many of the existing may disappear. And today, AI coming in, IoT coming in, cloud computing, all those kind of digital twin, they are going to be a game changer in coming years. So therefore, the current talent, one is what we learn in the classrooms and classes. Second one is how to make use of AI and IoT. So Internet of Things and AI, if we use, our students use, then they can move themselves from IoT to IOA, Internet of Ability. They can elevate their talent using IoT and AI, so that I call it as a IOA, Internet of Ability. From Internet of Ability, they will become more confident, their behavioral change, so that we call it as a Internet of Behavior. The moment you are more competent, more courageous, your behavior will be different in the marketplace as an accomplished person. So therefore, in this kind of changing world, how to build the capability, and for that, phenomena-based learning, experiential learning in NEP also it is highlighted. Apart from the theory, that is academics, if you look at the curriculum framework, one is academic, second one is a skilling, third one is experiential learning that can be done through phenomena-based learning or project-based learning, so that students, you will be throwing them into the swimming pool, they learn how to swim in. Because unknown kind of, uncertain kind of environment, you have to throw it. So therefore, in this era, people say today we have moved from industrial era to intellectual era or intelligent era. From industrial era, everything was visible, tangible. In intelligent era, everything is intangible and you get the best of the best results. So how to make use of digital transformation, digital technology at highest order? In future, universities are going to be high-tech and high-touch universities, smart universities. We call everything smart, smartphone. No, universities are also going to be smart, as Professor Sahai rightly said, how to make use of, the latest technology and how to update ourselves and how to make use of all these tools and technique through innovation and adapting. Those are going to help us, enhance ourselves, our universities and colleges, they can be in the top when it comes to employability and employment. And if you look at the NEP 2020, employability and building a character, that is highlighted, and learning to learn. These are some of the highlights apart from sustainable development goals and global citizenship. So one is employment and employability, and second one is building a character. We have to, today now it is a high time, entire world is moving in a different, very tough kind of situation. Societal fabric are damaged. Therefore, in NEP, we have talked about IKS, Indian Knowledge System. A foundation for any a student to build a character, probably it comes from IKS, Indian Knowledge System. Our culture, our tradition, and our historical, literature basically helps us to be a great human being and build a character. And four things are extremely important to anybody, irrespective of any subject you take. That is the ethical values, moral values, spiritual values, and societal values. So then they will learn do's and don'ts. That is extremely important today's world, how to inculcate Indian ethos into the students apart from a multidisciplinary kind of education. That is how to make them as an all-rounder. For that purpose, they have to get into a T learning. One is one or two areas, a major and minor, they can get into that. And other part, they should learn many things in general. So that T learning basically gives the multi-dimensional learning, unidimensional. Till today we were unidimensional. So that is not going to work out. We have to make them as an all-rounder. And if you see some of the studies, those students, those who are all-rounder, they get large number of opportunity for employment. So how to build the holistic, in students? For that we have to promote the art, we have to promote liberal art, we have to promote sports, and even our many traditions, Bharatanatyam, all those things into the students, so that they will be holistic as well as all-rounder. That will promote employment opportunities. And the employability means it is not only doing job in some other company. Employability also includes become an entrepreneur. So these are some of the aspects I think we should be looking. And when it comes to future, you don't know what 5 years down the line what is going to come, what things are going to disappear. We also teach our students as a great sense maker. Sense making is one of the quality trait we have to build. Today, before acting, I should know what is going to come, what is expected in coming year or two, thinking that they should be acting on that, they should be working on that. And probably we should promote gamification in our higher education institutions, because whatever the assessment we do in education institutions, we will never test the courage, confidence, decision making, and tenacity through current examination or assessment. So to make our students how to learn the decision making their own mistake, gamification is the best aspect. Tenacity is extremely important. And courage and confidence, if you put the teams to play a game, probably A team may lose first 2 rounds, but after 2 rounds, A may win 8 rounds and B has won only 2 rounds. And after 10 rounds, you can make out how they change the strategy while playing a game, so that they sharpen their decision-making process and they build the courage and confidence. All those things, along with the learning, they also get assessed. So therefore, how to incorporate big way gamification? I am sure you might be using simulations, some of the aspect, even online games, but also how to put gamification in big way. It is a part of experiential learning, which is mentioned in your national education policy. And probably this is going to be a big industry, how to make students, excited learning or active learning comes from gamification. These are some of the aspects I think helps students to be a more employable, and also they will be a confident, courageous, and they can move on, from joining the company to starting their own company. And I'm sure India's larger education is in private sector. More than 80% we have 1200 plus universities, 50,000 plus colleges, and 15 lakh students from technical alone, engineering, and almost 3 lakh from management. Such a big. So how to bring the transformation? For that purpose, I'm sure how to involve large number of, the experiential learning and skilling area, and also industry. And for that purpose, we have to have a strong industry institute linkage or industry connectedness. And today, I thanks to Professor Anil Sasrabudheji. He was the first, chairperson of AICTU to think about how to build the strong bond between the engineering colleges and the industry for internship, for students as well as faculty members. I think a lot of, and UGC also now started, lot of internship opportunities are there. And also, you know, that recent budget, the 5,000 internship, 5,000 stipend for internship, Government of India has also announced. So lot of scope and lot of opportunities how to take the benefit of all those things will help us to move employment and employability to the next orbit. With this, I wish a grand success of this industry academia conference. I thank Professor Irfan Rizvi, the association, FWA, and the Education Post and IIRF for organizing this conference, and wish you all the best. Good luck. Thank you very much.